do, I'll tell you. As we said, like, we are not going to do anything ready-made, like we're going to configure our system from the scratch. So the very first things what we have to do before start the SAP TRM, we have to ensure our enterprise structures should be completed. That means our FI enterprise structures, FI organization structure should be completed first. Once the FI organizations, hello, yes, please tell me if you have any question. Hello, anybody has a question? Please tell me. Hello.
Yeah,
Amit,
no,
that was
no
just an
question.
interruption, I think. Please continue. Just an interruption. No question.
Okay. Okay. So first we're going to understand the what are the enterprise structure. We're going to configure the SAP FI right organization structure. We do the testing, like everything is posting or not, and then we have to create the treasury
Abhi,
organization.
sorry to interrupt you. You have shared the screen, Abhi, because they cannot
No,
see
no,
the
no, no.
screen.
I have not shared. I have not
Not yet.
shared. I'm
Okay.
going to share.
Thank you.
Yes, just discussing what we're going to do that. So after this organization structure in FI done, then we're going to start the SAP treasury organization structure to be configured. And once we done both the things, only then we can able to configure our financial instruments. Okay. So give me one moment. Let me open the document, like FI organization structure. What are the configuration we have to do? It, let me open that server also. Just give me one moment here. Just give me 1 minute. So let me share my screen now. I know many one of you knows about the configuration. Some of them you may not know. So we start with the organization structure creations. So what we're going to do it here, I hope you can all see my screen, right? Please confirm yes or
Yes,
no.
we can.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So what we're going to do, we going to create the company code, segments and all. And once all the configuration done, we'll going to start the TRM organization structure. So this way I'll be sharing this Excel to you once it is done. So you most of the things, if the people who are from the SAP FI background, it would be a little boring for you because you may be knowing all of the things. But however, have some patience because there are people who do not have an exposure to SAP even. So for everyone, like we should know what are the organization, how to create all these things. So let me start from the scratch. So this is something like we're going to create the, we don't need company those things, credit control area. We directly start doing the company code creations. And let's say we're going to create TR01, or TR01 is someone has already been created. Let's say TR02. I'll give it as an TRM training company code, city Mumbai, currency INR, language EN. This is the company creation. Because the example, SAP TRM sits on the top of the organization, FI organization structure. So if company code and basic org structure not created, just give me a moment, please. So let's start. Okay, so we're going to create, I'll keep it TRM company code, TR02, TR02, just I've given a name, road first floor, I mean, just like an giving something. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I'm just creating the basic organization structure of FI, where I have to create the company code. And the company code we required, why we required? Because all your accounting posting would be lying to the company code level. So this is one of the, but in the real life implementation, so if you are, let's say if you tomorrow join as an any company as a TRM consultant, so these activities it not be for you. There may be many other teams who would be performing that. So once the enterprise structure of FI done, uh, afterwards we start our configuring. Because see example, in order to do the configuration, we need the company ledger settings, all these stuffs we know, we should be ready. So what happened in the system, what are you doing? Let's say you'll be receiving a demo system, right? So in the system, demo system, you will be configure everything. So that's the reason, being an TRM consultant, you should know what are the FI configuration you have to do, and based on that you can start doing the same configuration for your company code. So what I have done, I have created company code TR02. So let me write it down here in the Excel. So my company, our company code would be TR02, right? This is the path. So I have created company code creation I have done. Then I don't need the business area. I don't need, because business area, many, I mean, SAP suggested not to use business area. It's very old, ways like doing the things, because now profit center is there. You can configure the profit center, because business area, very companies very old, they are using it. But now, I mean, we are normally ask business team to, I mean, wherever you configure, you find that business area has been replaced with the profit center. Okay, so we are not using that one. This is not required. Yes, we need segment. So let's say we have a two segment. One is 1000 manufacturing, 2000 is for consulting. So why we need the segment? Segment is for the reporting purpose. Let's say you have a uh, example. You have a manufacturing. Let's say the companies we are implementing. Let's say it's a manufacturing company, and in that, let's say they have a two division. Their main 90% revenue is coming from the manufacturing of goods, and let's say 10% revenue they are getting it from the consulting business. Let's say they are giving consultancy to the similar sort of industries. So that's a reason. Normally what happen, if your company is listed in the stock exchange, you along with the P&L account, your financial statement like your balance sheet, along with that, so you need to give a two financial statement, two P&L statement based on the segment. One would be your P&L would be based on manufacturing, another would be consulting. So anyway, this is just for your knowledge, because we don't bother about those FI things altogether, but as a part of consultant, like if you know these things, it would be better. So let's say we have a two segment. One is for 1,000 is manufacturing, 2,000 consulting. So that two segments we have already been there. We are not doing. So the more main thing here, we create the company code. We have a segment. That's it from the financial accounting perspective, and then we go to the assignment. So we don't need anything. We don't need company to company code. No, nothing is required here. So we can skip it. The next configurations, what we have to do, this is done. Field status variant. So I have listed down what are the FI configurations are there. We'll try to finish all the configuration one by one. And after we complete all the configuration from FI point of view, we try to do the testing. We'll try to post one document to see all the FI configuration is done or not properly. Because if you're not able to post, that means something is wrong. So if accounting side the posting not happen, you should ensure that it will not post it to the even TRM also. Okay. Yes. Anyone is saying something?
Abhi, can you share these steps later on so that for us also
Yeah,
to
yeah. I'll be
configure
giving
this?
this Excel to you all. Yes, yes. I'll giving this Excel
Okay.
to you all.
Yeah.
So this is done, and the next configurations we'll again come back to the controlling area and all this stuff. So we'll go to the next configuration that is called um, chart of account settings. So it would be financial accounting, general ledger accounting, master data, GL account, preparations, edit chart of account. So here we'll create a chart of account TR02. So this is which language you wanted to maintain, and length of the GL account 6. That's it. After doing the chart of account creations, we'll go and assign chart of account to company code. Okay. Just we are trying to do for our company code. Then we have to define account group. So let's say I have already created an account group. Oh, it's not there. Okay, maybe create it. Let's say I'll create our chart of account is TR02. I'll create an account group. Let's say it's a liability. Range would be okay. Assets. So there may be in real life scenario, there may be so many account group, but for training purpose we'll be creating the four account group. One would be asset, liabilities, revenue and expenses, and this is the range, account group range, like from 1000 1 lakh to 1999, this one. So for asset, okay, TR, okay, and This is the account group I have created. Then I'll go to the define return earning account. My chart of account is TR02. This is called return earning account. So you all know, right? At the end, year end, all the revenues, like from the sales, it will move to the return earning account. So that's the reason we need one return earning account. So it will give an error because GL account we have not created, but still we can define this GL account would be 10100 would be my return earning account. Done. So you can say this is done. Now there are few more configurations. Define field status variant. What we do here, we'll copy the template 0001. This is given by the SAP to copy and create your own. Let's say you can copy the template, SAP defined template, and create your for your company code TR02. Done. So field status also we have copied, and you can see all the field status has been group has been copied. Assign company code to the field status. So TR02, and we'll copy the TR02. This is field status we have copied. Fiscal year and posting periods. So we'll be using for India V3 because so these are the various fiscal year variant, like for submission. See, for every country there is a fiscal year would be defined. Let's say for the India, our fiscal year accounting year starts with the 1st April, ends with the 31st March. So similarly in US company, if you're working, their fiscal year start with the 1st January and ends with the December 31st December. So like
K4.
that. Hello.
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
you're right.
nothing. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead,
yeah.
go ahead.
K4.
K4. It is K4.
Correct, K4. So you can see this is all the standard SAP deliverable fiscal year variant. I mean, fiscal year variant would be there. We're not going to create anything. We just go and assign fiscal year variant. Assign company code to the fiscal year variant. So let's say your TR02 company code. Uh, let's say our fiscal year variant would be V3. Okay. And then posting periods, define variant for open and close posting periods. So I'll create a new entry TR02. The posting period purpose is basically you can see that what is the purpose. I'll go to the so for the open and close posting period, we have to create the variant. So example, let's say we are into the current fiscal year. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. Like we are into the 10th period, right? So it would be 2023, right? 1st April. So let me open everything. Let's say 10 to normally what we keep it. We open for the current period only. We do not open for the. So let me do it same for other. So you mostly you know that, like, in SAP normally we do not allow future posting or back posting. So what happened, let's say whatever the current periods, we always open the current period and we close all other periods. So this is the place where we define which period to be open, which period is allowed for posting. That's the reason we have defined it here. And let's open that. So we have, now we can go to the maintain controlling area. So our FI stuff is done. Maybe there are certain more, but we'll come back to that. Let's go to the enterprise structure again. Definition, controlling, maintain controlling area. So what is controlling area? So this controlling area is required for the let's say to activate the various controlling object. Let's say you wanted to have a cost center accounting, you wanted to have an internal order, product costing. So that's a reason you have to create controlling area. Because even though in S4 HANA, I mean, I have seen in ACC also, even though you have not activated the cost center accounting also, but still system expecting to define the controlling area. The controlling area is required basically to activate your different controlling tools, cost object tools, right? So let's create a controlling area. So let's say I'll give it TR02, or let's say I use a controlling area TR00. I tell you why I have mentioned that. Let's say in your organization, it may possible that, like, you may have a multiple company codes. Let's say TR01 or TR00. Let's say TR00, TR01, TR02. Let's say it is in India. Let's say it is in US. It is in UK. These are the three company codes. So let's say all the three company codes, for that we'll be creating a let's say, let me not give it, let's say US TR01, it is in US. So for these two company code, we are giving a one single controlling area. So in that case, I cannot give it. So you can see, if the relationship is one to one, let's say one controlling area, one company code, then you can define like this way. You can define controlling area is equal to company code. Here what will happen, it's TR02. So system will create controlling area as the same as a company code. But actually in real life system, it would not be the same. Let's say you have a multiple company code. There are so many company codes in India, TR01, 2, 3, 4. All are using single controlling area. So in that case, we'll go and maintain a single controlling area. So that's why I name it. I'm not define it like your, what is called company code, same as a company controlling area. I define a common controlling area which will accommodate for all the company codes, right? But here is a catch. Catch is that, let's say I might have given an example of TR01. One is India. Let's say TR02 also located in the area. Let's say it is this company located in Delhi. This is in Mumbai, like that. So let's say for these two different company code, there is a single controlling area being used. In that case, we use a common controlling area. So here I should give, okay, 1 and 2. Here I am giving a common controlling area which support these two company code. And here you can see that there are two assignment. One is controlling area, same as company code, and cross company code, cost accounting. So let's say in normally wherever you go for the implementations, you find there would be single controlling area which will assign to the multiple company codes. If this is the case, it cannot be 1:1, one company code, one controlling area. This is very rare scenario. Like maybe the company has a one company code only. But what happen is, still we recommend our client to make, even though you have a single controlling area, you do not use the company controlling area same as company code, because it may possible that that same company tomorrow, if they are buying in another company, at that point of time, if you want the same company code to be assigned to the same controlling area, at that point of time you cannot change your configuration. So even though your single company code is there, still we do not suggest. I mean, normally if you see controlling team, they will not suggest controlling area same as company code. You always suggest to cross company code cost accounting. What does it mean? The first option means if you have a single controlling area, link with a single company code. Like example here, TR01 is having a single controlling area TR01. In that case, this assignment we give it. But normally, this is not a very good scenario for the implementation perspective. You always find there will be multiple company code assigned to the single controlling area. That's the reason we always see that in many implementation, this is the ideal assignment for the controlling area. And currency type, you can define, ideally this would be the scenario. Like SAP suggested to define the controlling area currency as a 30, but however there would be one more currency types would be available, that is called 20. That would be part of configuration for the timing. uh, what I like to tell you, like this is a normally SAP suggested define currency setting for controlling would be 30. And that would be, let's say, here I have given an example. Let's say your one company code is in India and another company code would be in USA, right? Let's say in that case, all the reporting would be, let's say your head office is in US, you have a branch office in India, Delhi, or let's say Mumbai, but your head office in US, so they want the reporting to be done in the group currency level, group currency that is in USD, right? There is one more option called apart from controlling area currency. Let's say sometimes what happened, this is an example. If all the company codes is located in India, then there is no requirement to define a different company code. Then you can go and define company code currency as such. But what happened is sometimes we have seen, like, the companies, our main head office in US, they have a branch, another company code in India. So that's why they want the reporting to be done in controlling from the group currency that is in USD currency. So here you can define your chart of account. Just now we have created our chart of account TR02 and fiscal year variant V3. Done. This is a warning only. Fine. This is done. Then we go to the assignment and we go to the controlling area assignment. Assign company code to controlling area. So TR00. This is my controlling area, and let me assign to my company code, let's say TR02, or let's say if it is TR00 also. Oh, it is different. Okay, let me remove that one. Save this. So assign the controlling area TR00 to the company code TR02. Why I am not able to assign TR00? Because TR00, I have assigned the different fiscal year variant, that is K4. So in now what happened is, you cannot the main per, I mean, when you assign controlling area to the company code, there are two prerequisites. The two prerequisite would be, Or it should be all the company code using the same chart of account, right? Same chart of account, and the fiscal year variant also same. Variant also same. This is the prerequisite. So in case the company code TR00 I'm not able to assign, because TR00 company code, it's been created under um, different fiscal year variant, that is called, and different chart of account. That's the reason we are unable to assign. So assignment company to controlling area is done. Now what else? Let's open our configurations. So far we have done segment, we have created field status variant, company code to the field status variant. This is also done. Maintain fiscal year. Define variant for open posting periods also we have done. Edit chart of account assignment also done. Account group, return earning, maintain controlling area, assign controlling area. Version we may or may not require, but however, there isn't one more. After assigning this one, again we have to go to the controlling. We have to go to the controlling, general controlling, and again maintain controlling area. So you can see that in enterprise structure is also having maintain controlling area, and in the controlling area is also having controlling area. What is the purpose of this? So normally we assign here, so you can see that. So if you see here, you can see the controlling area. There is in one field, cost center standard hierarchy. This field was not available in the previous configuration. So if you go to that maintain controlling area, if you go to the maintain controlling area, can you see is there any cost center standard hierarchy field? The answer is no, because cost center standard hierarchy field would only be available in this configuration state. That is, we have to go to the controlling configurations, and here we have to go and maintain controlling area, and in this we can go and see cost center standard hierarchy field. So cost center standard hierarchy, basically it is reused for the reporting purpose, like how you're grouping your cost center standard hierarchy. Just will go and create a standard hierarchy, let's say hierarchy STH TR02 or TR00. Save it. It will ask you have not created, so it will TR00. So this is required, like we have to maintain one standard hierarchy, because it's a technical configuration required for every cost center. System is asking a standard hierarchy, so that's the reason we have to go and maintain. And another most important activities, you can see that activate component controlling indicator. So this is the place where you can go and activate all the uh, cost object or being controlling object tool, let's say cost center, activity types, order management. So you can go and activate. So example, if you wanted to activate cost, let's say 2022, you only activate cost center, you did not activate order management or commitment management, it's fine. So again next year you can plan to activate the other one. Let's say in 2024, some companies they said we don't go, we only go with the cost center accounting, later on we go to the product costing, so that they can do that. Or some, what happened, all the modules, they will go with the all the product costing, order management together. So in that case, they can adopt any of the things, whatever they want. If they feel that only cost center activations, cost center accounting only needs to be activated initially. So in that case, we can only activate the cost center accounting, and remaining one would be not activated status and save it, right? But let's say we are, because anyway, from the treasury perspective, we don't need all these things like order management, commitment management. We don't need anything. So for me, cost center accounting is enough, because order management, commitment management may not, it is a part of component of, order management, commitment management is from the other controlling objective of the perspectives. So for treasury perspective, we need only profit center, cost center, because some of the expenses which is getting posted, let's say cost object controlling, let's say cost element, like there are certain expenses or revenue items which some business feels that it should be part of the cost element. In that case, it will go and post it to the cost centers. But if you ask me, the objective, like, I'll discuss that point later on. Maybe I don't want to confuse you now. So what my point is that, example, from the FICO perspective, you may see there are certain expenses GL which will post it to the cost element, right? Cost element. What does it mean? That means whenever you post an expenses, it should identify a cost object. That means the expenses, when you maintain the cost element, in that case, system expecting a cost object, right? Okay, so these expenses in FICO, why we need the cost element? Cost element, because when we maintain this GL account as a cost element, so at that point of time, system do not allow to do the posting without entering any cost object. That your cost object would be WBS or internal order or cost centers. But what happened when you ask about the TRM perspective? TRM perspective, most of the expenses are non-operating expenses. So basically, if I talk about FICO perspective, most of the expenses is in operating income oblique expenses. What does it mean? Because all these expenses are related to your main business operations. But in when you're talking about the TRM perspective, those incomes, let's say you invested money into the securities and you earn, you let's say you made a profit out of your investment. So let's say on profit on sale of shares, right? That GL account is considered as a non-operating expenses or income, because investment in shares, it is not part of your operating means, because your business operations are, let's say, manufacturing and consulting. The ideal money which you pocket to your investments, right? Let's say you pocket your money to mutual funds, to share, and from there whatever the revenues or income or gains you have made it, that is called non-operating incomes or expenses. Even though expenses, let's say when you investing money to a share, let's say you buy a shares, when you buy shares, you pay a brokerage amount. That brokerage amount is also not considered as an operating expenses, because it's a non-operating, because this is not related to your main business operations. So that's the reason many clients, they consider those expenses of TRMs are as a non-operating, but many are considered as an operating. But it's a choice of the client. But ideally, if you ask me, ideally this should be a part of non-operating income and expenses. So in that way, we don't even, so if you're creating any GL account as a non-operating income or expenses, in that case, the cost element, or it's not required. Either GL account would not be required any cost element. define of, let's say, cost element for that. But as I mentioned, many clients we have seen they are adopting it. Many clients still they are using those GL account as an cost element GL account. So it's a choice of the customer. We can only tell them, but they knows their business better than us. But from the knowledge perspective, I'm saying all these expenses, all the GLs which you're creating as an expenses GL or revenue GL, ideally it should be non-operating expenses or income. Okay. So let's say we have activated our cost center because mainly we need the cost center accounting. That's it. So this way, let me see, is there any other configurations at all? Okay. Now let's go to there are some more configurations I want to read. Let me see. Let's say we go to the financial accounting ledgers. This is done. Go to the ledger. Define setting for ledger and currency type. And okay, let's say we have a TR02 company. We have a leading ledgers 0L and 0L and non-leading ledgers. Let's say this is for our uh, Companies Act 202. Companies Act, not 1956. Now the Companies Act would be 2013. And let's say for IFRS, we want L1 ledgers for IFRS books of account. Let's we create the 2-1. So let me see if there is any so many ledgers has been created. So we go here and see our company codes are maintained here or not. So if you go to the TR02, you can see your company codes are maintained. It's saying profit center account to be activated. Fine, we'll do that. April to March, that's all fine. And here you can see uh, accounting principles. So example, what I have said, let's say we have a one leading ledgers, 0L on non-leading ledgers for, because normally we have a multiple books of reporting. Like any companies you go, they have a different reporting principle. Let's say they have to furnish their balance sheet for the Companies Act, Income Tax Act, IFRS. So I just wanted to create two ledgers, one for, let's say, Companies Act and another one is for IFRS, right? So for that, let's say I will be going to create the two ledgers. So first of all, I'll go and create the accounting principle of it. The first thing what I do, I go back and here ledgers parallel valuation approach. 1 minute. Sorry, parallel accounting, define accounting principle. So here I define two accounting principle, let's say Companies Act, Companies Act 2013, and another one would be, let's say, IFRS. I don't know IFRS has already been created or not. Let me check. Yes, IFRS has already been created as a Companies Act accounting principle. Okay, so what I do now, I'll go to the ledger settings again. I'll go to zero well and find out my company TR02. Oh, it's not there. Zero well. Hmm, it's not there. Maybe it is expecting a profit center accounting to be activated. So maybe I have not activated the profit center accounting. That was the error I was getting that. So let me activate the profit center accounting and see this error, because you can see that in ledgers my company code is not appearing. So what I do now, uh, you can see here the master data. Inside the master data, you can see the profit center, and here all the configuration. So you can activate the profit center through the controlling area. So let's say TR002023. You can first activate the profit center here. Second step, define profit center standard hierarchy. So we can define a profit center standard hierarchy. Where is that? TR00. So I say profit standard STH profit center, or I can see profit center TR00. Like that, I can give a hierarchy name, standard hierarchy name TR00. There's a naming convention I have given. Standard profit center group. Okay. Then I go to the key 51. Let's say there is a separate profit center I'll be going to create. And this profit center I give the name as an it would be from 01 1st April 04 04 2023 PC for TRM Treasury. Just I give a name, profit center for TRM 02 company code. Okay, and then we have to go and activate segment. So maybe I'll bring some kind of let's say for the timing I may have to create another segment. So let me, for the timing, I'll make it as a this one also. Ideally I have to create a different profit center. for SAP TRM. It would be represent all the TRM department. So now I'll go and see after activating the profit center whether system is allowing me to maintain the my just 1 minute ledger settings, because I was getting an error in the ledger setting. Let me go and configure it here. Let's go to the 0L leading ledger and let's see company code settings. Yes, now it is appearing here because since I have not activated the profit center, that's what it was not appearing in my ledger settings. And now I go to the accounting principles for my company code, and here I'll assign accounting principle called Companies Act. Let's say my 0L ledgers assigned for the Companies Act 2013, and now I'll see some existing ledger is any L1, or if any L1 ledger is there, 2L, 2L, 0L. No, what is that? Let me use this one, or let me create a new one. Let's say L1 for IFRS, leading ledger for IFRS reporting. Okay, and then I'll go and define my company code TR02 fiscal year variant V3. Posting period variant. Okay, so now this input value is not coming. Let me go and not here. Okay, we have created posting period variant TR00S. Okay, TR02, it's coming. Save this, and here I assign the accounting principle IFRS. So IFRS. So now I have a two. One is for leading ledger 0L and L1 for IFRS reporting. So my ledger setting has been done. Now what I do, I go to the, in order to do the, I'll go to the document type. So I need to test it. After doing all sort of configurations, I have to go and test. Let's say TR02. I'll quickly go and maintain a number range. Okay, save this. I maintain a number range. Now I'll try to see that whether I'm able to do the posting or not. I'll quickly create a GL account, and let's say GL account I'll create as an expenses GL account. And let's say I'll just create it as a non-operating expenses or income. It would be part of expenses. Let's say interest. Save this. And one more account I'll be creating. It's a called cash account. Okay, I'll not go to that planning level, planning group things. Okay, only balances in local currency. Let me. Okay. Now I'll quickly do the posting. Let's say FB50. I just wanted to ensure my FI configurations has been done properly. So let's say interest account debit, and let's say, or let's say other way, we receive cash. Let's say interest, we have done some investment, out of that we have received some interest. So done. Now, okay, we are getting an error. We'll be getting an error because we have not maintained the tolerance. This is what I missed out. So I'll quickly go to this tolerance. So why we require tolerance? Because the person who is posting, like whosoever in the SAP they are posting, we have to assign a limit, like how much he can do the postings and all this stuff. So tolerance group, define tolerance limit for employees. Let's say highest limit we have given. So if you define the highest limits, so system will not prompt you because that limit. So now let's say if I'm trying to post 1000, it will try to check what limit has been assigned. Since we have assigned 9999, so now I may not get this error anymore. So if I try to simulate and do the posting, let me see. Okay, this is another error. Why this errors? I'll tell you. Because we have activated document splitting, and where we have defined the, because of the document splitting, all the GLs account which you're trying to post, system expecting that should be maintained under item category. So example, we go to the financial accounting, general ledger accounting, business transactions, document splitting, and here we have to define the GL account which we are posting, that has to be maintained it here. So example, I'll just go maintain 4 lakhs to 4. Let's say I maintain it as an expenses category, and let's say for the timing I'm going and maintaining this one. So let's say I maintain right now only this one, so that when you practically get this error, we can show you what, how to rectify this error. So I have only maintaining the GL account which just now I have created. One is for expenses account, another is called cash and bank account. Okay. It may not allow me, so let me do it once again. Okay. So let me simulate this thing and do the posting. Now I'll see that the posting happen. Oh, okay. One or other error. Uh, Business area, profit center, segment. Okay. Uh, let's say it's a mandatory. Let's say I'm just making a small changes. Instead of maintain everything is mandatory, I make it profit center has been mandatory. So now I'll go to this accounting posting once again and I'll manually feed the profit center here.
Hello, Abhi sir.
Yeah. Tell me.
Sir, there is a zero balance account, no sir. Then you should not remove that checkbox, right?
So zero balance, it's required. Is I agree. Again, if I go to the zero balance accounting, again I have to go and create the zero balance accounting GL configuration, right? So for the timing, I have just removed that one. So anyway, see, the problem is that I understand I should
Just
not
you can copy
do
this
that.
one code. What are, no, it will,
Okay. So you want me to, so example,
no,
I
because
just
other
want because
scenarios cannot be worked out. You cannot get a balance sheet of
okay. That's fine. That's fine. But anyway, that configurations I don't wanted to do all these things. I just try to do as much of as thing possible
No, I am
required.
doing profit center valuation in the same server.
Okay.
No, in the same server, I am doing profit center valuation. So if you remove that, that will become inconsistent. Sorry for that.
Okay. No problem. Let's say I'll give this default profit center.
Sir, in case of non-operating expenditure like this, so profit center has to be manually provided
Yeah. Yes.
because
Or you can,
otherwise, if cost center is there in the entry, then system picks it up from the cost center master, right?
yes, ideally, but what is happening when I'm talking about the non-operating income or expenses, you should understand these expenses we are not assigning any cost element. So did I mention any cost element? No, right?
Yes,
You get,
correct.
so that is a reason because that is not getting derived from the your cost center because the cost center itself we are not for the non-operating income or expenses we don't need cost centers. That's why cost centers, if we maintain cost centers, there we can maintain the profit center. Since cost center is not required for non-operating income or expenses, so that's a reason it has to be manually or maybe some substitutions logic you can define so that it get posted automatically based on the GL. Yeah.
Okay.
So now I tell you there would be some inconsistency from the GL perspective. So what is happening? I tell you that let me rectify this. And so what is happening? So if we go to that financial accounting and financial accounting global setting. So there are so many ledgers you can see that has been created. Let's say here, wherever underlying ledger is zero well. So I'll tell you what is the problem of that. Example, if you see OC, underlying ledger is zero well. So what is happen here? If you select this company code, ledger, and go to the company code, you find your TR02 company code has been assigned. So you have to select it and remove from all this company code. Okay. So you have to go everywhere where it is underlying ledger is zero. Well, we can
So,
find that.
sir, if we assign our company code to 0L, then it will automatically assign it to all the other ledgers
Hmm.
where 0L is the underlying ledger, right?
Correct, 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 correct. Yes, you're right. So that has to be, you have to remove one by one from all the company code, because by system, wherever underlying ledger has been assigned, system will pick it up all this year company code. So this is we have done. Again, we go here. Then DE, this is we have removed, right? This is we have removed. Now it would be rectified. Let me do this posting once again. Still, it's an error. Okay, 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 okay. I missed one customization
Version to
here.
be assigned to the 0.
Right, 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 right. Absolutely right. This is the thing. Define ledger for CO versions.
I'm a CEO consultant actually, so
Okay, okay, okay. So, what is your understanding about the different financial instruments in
I'm
treasury?
a chartered I'm a chartered
Um,
accountant actually,
oh,
so my domain covers that. But from
okay,
SAP point of view, I'm new to it. Yeah.
okay, no problem. So you haven't, I mean, from the course
Sir, it is in
content, the
organization.
CA covers everything, right? Right.
No, sir, organization. Yeah. In that maintain versions, sixth step, I think. Below number ranges. Yeah, you
Ha
can
ha,
collapse
maintain
that
work.
one.
No,
You
no,
would
sorry,
access.
sorry, sorry. Here.
Below that, below that, sir, define
Yes,
ledger
yes.
for CO version.
Defensive laser for CEO, right?
Zero. Oh, yeah. No, sir, version is zero and ledger is zero. Costing version is zero.
Yes, yes, yes. This one.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you will. Oh, now it will get posted because this was the only missing. So again, I have to go to the. Okay, so document has been posted. So at least so we can say our organization structure is fine. Now, what we have to do, say example, tolerance limit, we might not have created a cost center here. So this cost center creations will be seen at at the organization level when we require, because some client, as I mentioned, they may be asking you that all the expenses you created as in cost element. So that way, so FI organization structure we have created. So now what I do, I will go in the next session, I will go to that all the treasury configurations. So treasury configuration in the sense, so right from the mean all the organization structure. So now since it is done, we are able to do the posting and accounting. So now our next step would be we'll be start doing the configurations from the treasury perspective. Let's say we'll understand the, if you see the treasury organize, I mean transaction manager organization. So these are my organization structure. So we'll in the next sessions we'll learn what are the importance of this organization structure, what is the purpose of it, what is portfolio, what is calculation indicator, what is traders, what is users. We'll understand in details. And there are two organization structure. You can see initially this is an at the general setting level organization structure, and then these are the basic organization structure, and there will be subsequent one more organization structure you can see under accounting. These are also organization structure for the account determinations. So we'll understand one by one what are the importance, why we require, what are the different fields. We'll understand each of the fields in details level so that we can understand the organization structure of SAP TRM. And once this organization structure gets created, we will pick it up one by one financial instruments. Like first we go to the money market, we try and pick it up one of the financial instrument, and we start doing the configuration first, all the configurations. I basically segregate the entire TRM configuration into two. One is called product level configurations, another one is called account determination configurations. So how we do all these configurations, and after doing the configurations, we do the end user activities to be performed. What are the end user activities? Different month end activities, end to end business process we'll understand, and all these scenarios will understand from the real life scenario, like whatever the implementations we are doing it. All this scenario we're going to discuss it. So that's it for today. I'm sorry today I've just tried to wrap it up fast because these are the standard configurations I mean in FICO. So we just wanted to do the baseline configuration so that our T3 configuration comes into picture. But now whatever configuration we'll do, we'll understand in details. So before I wind up the session, any questions, any doubt, please feel free to ask me.
So, Abhi,
Sir,
on the practice server, you suggest we should do the FI configuration again, or we can use the same company code, but we will practice on the maybe treasury part more going ahead.
No, absolutely not. You do not, you use your own company code. You do not use any shortcut. Try to create your own company code the way I have mentioned. I'll be giving you the Excel sheet. Based on that, you do the configurations.
Okay, okay.
sir, is it possible for you to share some SAP books or something to go through the theory part?
No
Anything
need,
like,
no need right now. If required, I'll tell you.
okay, sir.
Any other question? No.
Thanks,
So
Abhi.
yeah. So thanks. Okay.
Abhi,
Tell me.
Abhi Shreyas here. Abhi, Sachin here. So it's just, Abhi, just want to understand that yes, you will show us the TRM configuration, everything, but do you think that when the earlier person had asked the question that about the books, so do we require to understand the terminologies and everything, or it's not required? Even though we are from the finance background or what something, is it required or not required
Which is required?
to understand the daily terminologies which treasury people speak when the core
Yes.
treasury
Yes.
consultant.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. You come to know, right? So basically, when you talk to a client, you understand their business processes, right? From the financial
mhm,
instrument perspective,
mhm.
like what they are doing, because basically these are just in conversations. So the conversation would not be very, difficult, but yes, you understand, what are the things are there, what is the processes, which banks they are investing. But first of all, then you understand how we do the configuration, and then probably you get to know what kind of questions, what sort of jargons you should use. But ideally, these are not the challenges. If you understand the business processes and you ask those relevant questions, because what happened at the time of blueprint example. So first, when any implementation start, what we do, we started giving the basic standard configurations to make them understand how this things works in SAP, because you find that most of the clients would be using Excel for the treasury activities. So first of all, they should understand how this to be processed, how in SAP, and then it would be easier for you to get all the information from them to understand their processes.
Okay,
Okay, so they may say that, okay, how do we do the understand? How do you do the rollover? So maybe at this point of time, it may be uh, not possible to understand. But when you complete the session, by that time, you understand all this terminology will be used, and then it would be easier for you to ask those relevant question to business team.
okay, yeah.
Any other question? So that's it for today. So next session onwards, we will do our treasury organization structure, and we'll be discussing, because in FICO, I might not have discussed too much of the things, because in the real time implementation also, this would be done by core FICO team. or controlling team. Once it is done, as I say, we should focus on our module. So that's it. Today I only done the enterprise structure. I'll share the Excel, and detailed level discussion happen in the next session when you discuss about the treasury. Yeah. So thank you everyone for joining the session. Uh,
Thank you.
Bye. See you in the next session.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.